Hey everyone, Taco here and I hope you're doing well. And in this video I wanted to share with you a quick tip about making sharper images when doing long exposures. Do you love taking long exposures as much as I do? One of the things that I love about long exposures is that it allows you to capture things that you normally wouldn't see with the unaided eye. Now, there are the obvious tips on how to get sharper images with long exposures. For example, number one, use a sturdy tripod that can withstand the weight of your gear, your camera and lens. Make sure it's sturdy, that it does not sway in the wind or environment that you're in. Number two, use a remote to release the shutter or an app or the self-timer mode. Now note on self-timer mode, since this is the method that I use the most, for most cases 2 seconds will probably be sufficient, but if you're using a telephoto lens like I am here, then you probably might want to choose 5 seconds. This ensures that any tiny movement of the lens or camera has settled down before the shutter is released. If I were using an 800mm lens, for example, I would definitely use 5 seconds, maybe even 10 seconds, just to be extra cautious that there are no movements before the shutter is released. With a shorter lens or wide-angle lens, 2 seconds should be sufficient though. This last tip though is the one that I wanted to highlight in this video because I sometimes forget to do this myself, and it more often than not results in slightly blurry images. When I'm standing with my tripod in front of me, I most often have the tripod at waist high, especially if I'm using this smaller travel tripod. Now when I do this, I have the back LCD display turned up since the camera is not at eye level. Now I prefer the camera to have a lower perspective because it does make a difference in landscape photography. But when you do this, you risk the chance of getting blurry images, particularly in windy situations, because the wind can actually pick up from the bottom of the LCD screen or even the top of the LCD screen, jarring the entire camera system, resulting in blurry images. Now this is obviously more evident when you're using longer telephoto lenses, but if you're doing several minute long exposures with a normal lens, then you want to minimize any sources of vibrations or movement when you're doing that long exposure. Now, it may not be evident at first when you view the image in your viewfinder or LCD screen, but if you zoom in to 100%, then you'll see exactly if you have your subject in focus or not. So, after you finish composing your image, put that LCD screen back in its place, then release the shutter. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.